going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 179 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is May 19th, 2021. I'm your host, Ken Pescatore, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo, what it be, yo?
Yo, Ken, how's it going?
What's up, man? Good, man. What's up?
Not too much. We both just opened our gifts before midnight here.
Yeah, it was just like this happens every single week. Wednesdays we jump on our patron Zoom call, which was awesome. We had some new faces tonight. Sarah Amanda jumped on. That was freaking awesome. And we ended up doing like a little impromptu Wayfarer party, and everyone was sharing the screen. It was really cool. And by the time we get ready to record, it's 11:30 p.m. It's like, oh shit, I didn't open my gifts. We can't start yet. Let me do this real quick and get through all the gifts. But yeah, gotta get that shit in before midnight. So that's good. But how's your week been, man? How are you?
It's been pretty good.
Good. How's the weather up in New Hampshire? It's been fucking hot as shit here in Jersey.
Yeah, it's been beautiful. Weather's been wicked nice. It's been about 70 for like days now. It's so nice. That's
how it was yesterday. For Spotlight Hour, it was phenomenal. It was so nice out, but today was freaking mid-90s, blazing hot. You know, I had to drive today, so getting in the freaking car, the car was 110 degrees. I was like, dude, it was bad. But anyway, we're here to talk about Pokemon Go. We do got some stuff to talk about.
Oh, is that what this podcast is about?
It in fact is, but it's actually not that busy in Newsweek, but there is some stuff going on within the community and in the data and all that, so we'll get through it. But we'll start with our typical gameplay recap, including Swablu Community Day. We had part 1 of the Luminous Legends Y Event that just started. We had Alolan Rattata Spotlight Hour yesterday, so we did have some stuff cooking in the game. And we'll also take a look at part 2 of the Luminous Legends Y event that we're going to be going into in the next week and figure out if it has what it takes to kind of follow up on the amazing momentum that the Luminous Legends X had. Can Niantic close the month strong, considering how, amazing the X event was? Pokeminers has actually found a few cool things in the network traffic, and just before we started recording, they did post their in-depth report of the APK for 0.209. So we'll look into that. There's not too much, so we'll just pull out some of the important stuff. And then there's a great article that came out on g2g.media, kind of in the vein of like, what would we like to see added to Go Snapshot? Go Snapshot is something we haven't talked about in a little bit, and I kind of fell back in love with over this past week. So we'll talk about it. But let's start with our gameplay recap of the week. I guess we could start here with Swablu Community Day and the release of Mega Alteria. And we all knew that Swablu being like a previously released shiny, the announcement as a Community Day Pokemon was met with mixed reviews. We knew that. But then it was like quarter hatch distance was the bonus, and everyone was like, it's a fucking lame-ass bonus.
That's a good bonus. I love that bonus.
What? Are you serious? Bonus. Are you kidding me? Are you being facetious?
I like it. I like it when I can hatch eggs fast.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, for me, it didn't slap as hard as I would have hoped. However, because we had the triple catch XP from the fairy type catch challenge, the global challenge, that made it a day that was absolutely worth grinding. And Mega Alteria was also released at the end of Community Day, which in my opinion was not the best idea. So Adam, how did your Swablu Community Day go? I know last week you talked about you had to work, you had some family obligations. How did it go for you?
So I was working during the whole thing because I thought, to be honest, I thought it was Sunday.
Oh no.
I know we do this podcast. I know. It's just one of those things. In my head, like I woke up for work and was like, oh no. I was like, I literally have 20 minutes before I have to like leave for work. I was like, I got to get this perler done. I got to get the post up. And it was like a crazy mad rush to get out of the house.
It's funny because I texted you in the morning and I'm like, hey, if you do your perler post, here's the text, for the post.
No, thank you. Because that was just like, I was like, here, all right, there it is. Good to go. But lo and behold, I turned the game on 50 minutes late. But it's hard when there's customers and you have to take care of that first. So
do you?
50 50 minutes into the event, I'm sitting down checking in a repair, which is like taking a picture of the piece of jewelry, and I open my phone, look down, first Swablu I touch, shiny. I'm like, okay, so far so
nice.
good.
All right.
So I set the Go Plus, and just started catching stuff, and that was pretty much my day. And then any chance to be and it doesn't always stay connected. So going back into it and just keep grabbing stuff. And I didn't catch too many, but I was able to put all my eggs in incubators and take advantage of the quarter hatch distance.
Okay, nice. And did you have the shiny chicken nugget going into the event?
Yeah, I believe I had 3 or 4.
All right, so you're good.
Yeah, I had a bunch of those ones.
All right, nice.
Yeah, but I caught 14 in total.
Oh,
as far as shiny.
That's a great fucking day. That's a good day, man. That's
for
awesome.
For not necessarily like, and they were all like pretty much caught with the Go Plus.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. And I definitely want to hear the community's hot take on this, but you as well. The release of Mega Alteria. Now, it's the fact that it came out right when Community Day ended. I think this was a scenario where on paper it sounded like a good idea, but then when the day came around, by 5 o'clock, I was fucking done. I was shot. I ended up playing the entire event on foot. So I literally, and shout out to Shiny Carol and Scipio Blue, Ken from our, they're actually Shiny Carol and Scipio. They're both from our patron community. They're hardcore local players. And we played the entire event on foot. We literally walked for fucking 6 hours. And I haven't done that in a long time. Usually I'll, take a break to eat or, do a little bit in the car. But the weather was so fucking nice. The spawns were just absolutely out of control. We just fucking grinded it out. It was amazing. So by 5 o'clock, I was fucking done. I was shot. I was like, my fucking dogs are barking. My back is shot. I was like, I can't stick around to do any fucking raids. And then pretty much everyone that was in the area was like, yeah, we're done. We're done. We'll get to the raids later. So what did you think of that? Home. Well, what'd you think of that? Did you think that was a good idea? Did it matter to you or?
I will say that I did one on the way home and that was it.
I think the fact that you had the 2-hour window to do your evolutions to get the Moonblast, and then you could ultimately catch any Alteria from raids during that 2-hour window would automatically have Moonblast. That was cool, but I just didn't have it in me to do any more fucking raids. And, and it's like I was playing in an area that's 40 minutes away from my house, so it's like I got to drive home. I'm not going to do raids while I'm driving. I can't catch because of the speed cap, you know what I mean? So it's like I was just done. I was like, fuck it, I don't care about Moonblast, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, I would have liked to see it during the event.
Yeah. At that point, do you really want to do raids? Because then it's taken away from your catch time.
It's a shiny that's technically already out, and it gives incentive to people that don't have the Mega Alteria.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it gives you something to go after.
Yeah.
Instead of if you're going after the shiny. And I get that these Megas can be shiny. Like, once you get into the catch screen, like the Alteria could have been shiny. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it just makes sense unless they can't alter, like it's got to be a tech issue.
Yeah.
Like something in the background where if they turn up the Swablu, it's also going to up the Alteria. So
I don't know.
I mean, because technically they're both under the Swablu. Because when you delete a Alteria, it counts as a Swablu candy. So I don't know what the technical terms would be for that, but I think something has to do with the background, and they probably just couldn't put it in there because then there'd just be too many shiny, really good IV.
Well, the interesting thing, we do know about Gibble Community Day coming up on the 6th, but Niantic actually told through the influencer group, so we were able to share on our social, that Mega Garchomp will not be released the same way Mega Alteria was. So we're not going to get Mega Garchomp immediately following Community Day. So I don't know if they're doing that for whatever reason, if that was based on feedback, but I can definitely speak for myself and my community in saying that the impact of Mega Alteria initially, when it was first released, was way lower than it probably would have been had it been released at any other time besides immediately following Community Day, because I just think people were burnt. I just think that they were just shot out. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I've done a couple since, you know what I mean. But I just think the overall impact was just lowered because of how it was released. But I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad you got to play. I caught 872 Swablu.
What?
I went fucking off, dude. I went off.
Your head was in the clouds, apparently.
Yeah, I have screenshots, but I didn't calculate what my XP was, but I was going crazy. I made sure to hit my gift cap because I've been really just on the XP grind. I'm past the 176 million that I need for level 50, but I just have the bug. I have the XP bug, so I'm just like I'm pushing, taking advantage of the 3 times. So it was really good, but.
Okay,
I'm glad you got to play.
Nothing wrong with the XP. There's no bugs in it.
No, I think I ended with 30 shiny, so that was pretty solid. That's
solid. Insane. 30 shinies.
Yeah. Well, dude, I played the entire time. Fast catch. Yeah, your rate must have been fucking phenomenal, because I had 872 catches, and 30 shiny. Your rate was awesome, but. Good to hear. Definitely good to hear. But coming out of the Luminous Legends X event, which I think everyone can kind of agree, and definitely, we felt the same way, that it was probably one of the best events ever. We knew that fabulous. It was awesome, but we knew Niantic is going to have to kind of, keep things going heavily. Like, they really had their work cut out for them. And part 1 of the Luminous Legends Y event kicked off yesterday, Tuesday the 18th, and they've done a pretty good job of keeping the positive momentum going. And I think by Niantic making Dark-type Pokemon so scarce over the last few months, that seeing them in the wild again refreshed a lot of trainers' motivation to want to catch them. Not necessarily because Murkrow or fucking Poochyena is an exciting Pokemon or a good Pokemon, but just the fact that we haven't seen them in months makes it kind of cool, you know what I mean? Because they have that scarcity to them.
Yeah, and then this will allow me to get my XL candy for my 100% Honchkrow.
There you go, which actually performs better than Yveltal.
So that's what I'm doing right now is trying to catch as many Murkrow as possible.
Nice. But yeah, Yveltal did come out. I think that was kind of like the cherry on top of the dark type Sunday kind of thing. A lot of trainers not caring that it's necessarily not a good performing Pokemon, but it looks badass. So that's typically, it's like Darkrai, it's just a cool fucking Pokemon. So people will want to rate it. We also had eggs being shaken up to include the dark types. We had Pancham included with the 12K pool, which I'm actually not very happy about because I don't, I'm on that single incubator grind, but I definitely did enough Pancham raids during Luminous X to do my evolutions, and I already walked and caught my, all the Pancham that I have, I walked with and caught the 32 dark types. So they're ready to go if I want to trade them or whatever. But how has this encounter pool been for you locally with the dark types? Are you seeing the most of Murkrow? Is that the most common for you?
It's mostly Rattata, to be honest.
He has a mustache.
Yeah, well, so I'm not gonna lie. I know we're gonna get into it, but we had Alolan Rattata Spotlight Hour, and that at that moment I had already been like, man, this just feels like Rattata Community Day, because there's so many Rattata.
So many. Mm-hmm.
And then it's you get the spicy purple one every time, from Kanto. It's not Alolan. And it's still a Rattata. It doesn't make a difference. It's just so weird. I don't know. The event feels very Rattata heavy, and then to open the game and be like, wow, there's so many Rattatas right now. And the event was still spawning random spawns, so I was still getting a Swirlix, So it didn't click until after, and when it hit 7.
You're like, wait a second. Oh, that was Spotlight Hour.
So I'm glad I had the Go Plus going, though, and catching stuff. Nothing to note, but...
I was going pretty heavy for Alolan Rattata, too, because I do have 100% Kanto Rat. So, I figured I would just all my hundos, I'm on a mission to get to level 50 and best buddy. So it's like, I'm like, fuck it. If I have an opportunity to get all these Candy XL, I'm going to go for it. But how about Eviltall? Have you done any? What about Galarian Weezing is back in the raid pool? Have
what?
You, yeah.
I haven't seen any of those I haven't been invited to any, sorry.
Oh man, I for whatever reason I just love raiding that fucking thing because it's just so funny, and I talk like, like, oh, hello, like a gentleman, like I want to wear like a monocle and shit. So I just love, I love that Pokemon so much. What about Goomy? How's Goomy been for you? Like since the changeover to Dark yesterday, have you seen Goomy?
I have seen zero Goomy.
Same.
And let me tell you, that is the one Pokemon that I need as many candies as possible. I'm currently at 17 XL candy, 4 normal candy, and I need 10 to power it up some more. Yeah, it's definitely rare. It was rare during X, and we knew that Swirlix and Spritzee were going to continue over along with Goomy into part 1 of Y. And yeah, I haven't seen a single Goomy, on the nearby or anything like that, which is a little bit of a bummer because. And I'm going out of my way to go after them, and I haven't seen one on my nearby.
But you're still seeing Spritzee and Swirlix?
Very limited Spritzee, but more Swirlix than anything.
Yeah, same. Interesting. I fucking did raid hour today for Eviltall, and I had 3 of them run on me. I was like, what the? Like, I've had such a good luck with catching legendaries. I almost forgot what it was like to have Pokemon run. And it was 3 out of 4 in a row. I did 4, out of 4 raids, 3 of them fucking ran today. I was like, I cannot believe this. I was so pumped. But, 'tis what it is. But Team Go Rocket is playing a big part in this first part of the Luminous Legends Y event. We got the timed research, we have the global challenge, and I do want to talk about the global challenge in a second. We had new shadow Pokemon entering the fray. Some Pokemon being used by grunts like Tangela, Horsey, Snubbull, Torchic, Poochyena, Makuhita, Electrike, Starly, Bidoof, and Skorupi. So definitely, if you're, I keep a living dex, so if you're keeping like a shadow living dex, there's a lot of new Pokemon to go after, so this is pretty fun. I've yet to see them all, so that's pretty exciting. I do like that. The team leaders also changed their shadow lineups. Ultimately, the potential shinies will be Arlo with Venonat, Cliff with Seedot, and Sierra with Sneasel. And I believe Sierra's had Sneasel once before in the past, if I'm not mistaken.
For sure.
But like Cliff coming from like the Aerodactyl from hell, and now he has a fucking Seedot. I just think that's the funniest thing because it's like this tiny little thing with red eyes. It looks so evil and demonic. It's so funny. But many people may have noticed that even though the event started yesterday, the 18th, Tuesday, that they were battling leaders throughout the day, well into the Luminous Legends Y event, but their shadow Pokemon were the old set. So they were still seeing Cliff's Aerodactyl, Arlo's Beldum, And the reason being is because the event didn't turn over until 10 a.m. When the leaders spawn, that's prior to 10 a.m. So if you spun a stop to get a leader, it's going to have the Pokemon that was assigned to first thing in the morning, not after 10.
Oh, okay.
So if you had like a balloon come in with a leader, it would have the new one. But if you spun a stop, you would get the old one. So in case you happen to see that, everything from here on out is going to be the updated lineup. So, but if anyone was wondering, like, because I had a lot of people like DM me on Twitter saying like, hey, what's going on here? I thought this was going to change over. It was just because, when the rocket stops are there, they're assigned first thing in the morning. So regardless of what time, unless the event starts at midnight, they're gonna have the old set. The global challenge was to defeat 25 million Team Go Rocket grunts. That's running from the 15th through the 23rd. So we did have a little bit of head start there, and the reward window kicks in on Tuesday the 25th at 10 a.m. Now, the one thing I do want to say with this global challenge, and we talked about the fairy one, how 4 or 5 days
live update.
There was no live update. It's not in the Global Challenge Arena in the Today View. That's kind of a bummer because that's really cool. However, when the fairy thing happened, they gave us like update 1 and it was like, you're almost halfway there. And then update 2 and they're like, you're 3/4 of the way. And then it was like, congratulations, 3 updates. So the first update they gave us on the Team Go Rocket was like more than 75% complete. It's like, come on, man, you got to give it, it's like, why go from like the first update was the empty bar, 0%, and then it jumps up to 75%. It's like, if they're not going to put it in the Global Challenge Arena in the Today View, they got to do a better job of getting us either more frequent updates or at least a real-time ticker on their website, something. But I thought that was a little bit of a drag. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Team Go Rocket when the volume is turned up like this? Is it annoying to you? Do you like it? Like, what are you thinking of, high volume Team Go Rocket stuff?
So it's nice that it's not during Go Fest. It's nice.
I feel that.
And I'm looking at this event a little differently, where the other one, the X, was, you had this hype about all these new Pokemon spawning, and that was cool. And then towards the end of it, we unlocked Shiny Ponyta. That was awesome. Right now, the thing to be hyped about is actually going after Team Rocket Pokemon. Now, I'm
more so than the rewards, you're saying.
Yeah. So and I like that all of the research tasks, well, for the most part, are catch 5 shadow Pokemon, and then it gets you like a Skorupi or whatever.
Oh, they put you to work. This research batch puts you to work.
I love that. So it's so
sure.
hard to get through them, like where it'll take me all day, because I get them before I go to work, and then I do the 5 balloons while at work on my break or potty breaks, anything like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, by the time I'm done, I can grab them all, and then on my way home I can get 3 more, and then I could do them, before the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's just nice. It's like, if I wanted to grind super hard and like just keep going, I could totally do that. But that's not my personal play style. But if you want to do that, you can. And if you don't, you don't have to. But I like the fact that you have to work for these.
Yeah.
They're not, but they're worth it. Like
sure.
The rewards are worth it.
And the timed research put you to work too. Like, not just the actual, field research from stops. Like, the timed research was like, get to fucking work defeating these Team Go Rocket grunts. Defeat the leaders. It was almost like a Giovanni style progression where it really made you work. Like, I think I'm only on, step 6 of 7. Like, I'm not done with it yet. But it definitely, I was like, oh shit, they really want to make you work. Like yesterday after Rattata Spotlight, I was like, you know what? It's so fucking nice out. I was like, there were so many leaders in downtown Red Bank. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grind out these fucking leaders right now. And I ended up doing 18 grunts in about an hour. Because an hour and a half. Because after Spotlight Hour, I sat with Shiny Carol and I did 70 trades. We traded all our extra small rats and all of our dragons to help with our dragon medals and rat medals. And I was like, you know what? There's so many leaders. I go, let me knock out all these grunts. And so I was able, I did a bunch of that. And I was like, I just like what you're saying, that I needed the little bit of a push, the little bit of motivation from the tasks to like put me to work. And it fucking worked. I stayed out. I walked another like 3 or 4K, and it was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thought it was really really freaking cool. But the reward window, and I'm sure we're gonna hit this since we were so far into it already. Starts on the 25th. We get triple catch XP. So Niantic's really pushing the fucking XP thing. Then we have Shiny Galarian Zigzagoon being released, and Adam, I know that the Obstagoon has like a fucking the shiny Obstagoon has an amazing
like
TCG card.
It's
such
awesome.
a badass looking card. Like when I first saw that, I was like, first I thought it was an amazing card, but then when I saw that this was being released in Go, I was like, oh shit, that card like instantly snapped into my mind. So that's really cool. And then Galarian Zigzagoon will be appearing in 1-star raids from the 25th through the 30th. So that's very cool.
That's going to be insane. I can't wait for that.
So the other important thing, Adam, is TMing away frustration on your shadow Pokemon. Have you done this?
Listen, I did I streamed on Twitch the other day, and I was told to not forget frustration, to team away frustration during the stream. I was like, what?
Did you forget?
No. And honestly, thank you. I forget who mentioned it. I want to say Daft Lord. I don't know. Long story short, I spent my break TMing away frustration from the good top portion of all of my shadow Pokemon.
That's how you do it, man. You go into your search bar, you put the @ symbol, @frustration. It'll bring up all the shadow Pokemon that have frustration still. And that way you can scroll through, pick and choose who you want to TM it away from. Definitely, like, you know, I for a while I was like deleting fucking TMs. And I was like, why don't I just sit on these and literally just do, like, remove frustration from fucking everything, you know, when this comes around. So I've done probably about 40 Pokemon so far, and then, you know, I'll make sure I get to the rest. But what's the vibe in your community though? Like, I know you're saying you're into tracking down the shadow Pokemon, but how's the community think of it? Because for me, it seems like a lot of people in my community despise fucking Team Go Rocket stops. Like, they don't want to be bothered with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really like talked to anybody really in my community.
Yeah,
I haven't really seen too many vibes. I know Eviltal has the hype behind it, but I don't know. I think it's fun. I think people just need to look at it as they're giving you free opportunities to try to battle the leaders to get the stops. Or no, not to get the stops, to get the potential shiny.
Yeah. And if you're doing the timed research or concerned with the research, that's one thing. Like, it's, for me, I'm level 48 now. So, like, part of my level 48 challenge is to defeat 14 team leaders. So it's like, fuck, this is great. I'm like double dipping. I'm working on the timed research. I'm also getting new shadow Pokemon. I'm also working on my level 48 special research. So it's like all this stuff I'm able to like maximize. So it's like, everything is aligning. I might as well fucking go for it. So let us know what you think of Team Go Rocket. I agree with you though, Adam. At least it's not Go Fest.
Yeah. And I really appreciate the fact that this event is going so long and that I'm able to TM away frustration without having to worry like, oh my God, it's a 2-hour event. Oh my God, it's a 5-hour event. Like, the FOMO is real because I missed it because I was too excited to play it, you know?
Yep. Good deal.
There's definitely something to do for everybody. Honestly, it's, you know, get the field research tasks that you want to try to get, you know, shiny Scroopy, you know, battle a bunch of grunts, get the rocket radars, catch shiny Pokemon that they just got. You know,
I love shiny Seedot. Shiny Shadow Seedot looks fucking awesome. It looks so good with the red eyes. I love it. Love it. All right, well, the Team Go Rocket Challenge rewards, like we said, are going to be running during part 2 of the Luminous Legends Y event, and that should get trainers out there and catching, regardless of what the encounter pool is. And unfortunately, in my opinion, the encounter pool during the second half is not going to be as strong as it is right now because we're reverting back to fairy types. And it's like, do we really want more fairy types? I don't know. Like, Swirlix and Spritzee, I'm good, man. Like, I'm good on that shit. So it's like, is Jigglypuff and fucking Clefairy and Spritzee and Swirlix going to be enough to carry this game through the end of the month? I'm not sure. So we'll have to see there. But we will still have some Dark-type Pokemon from Part 1 mixed in spawning, so maybe that'll kind of carry it. 7K eggs will shift to Fairy types. Some of the evolutions will be in 3-star raids, and I'm sure we're going to see Eevee around, as Sylveon will be debuted. So that's the big deal with the Luminous Legends Y Part 2. Now, I did get a shiny Eevee, a fresh shiny Eevee from research, so I thought that was really cool. But we still don't know exactly how the evolution mechanic is going to work for Sylveon. We do know that you have to earn buddy hearts to evolve it. And we're not sure, like, if this is going to kind of complicate things or if it will take precedent over, like, the day and night walking mechanic. So you know how like when you're on the Pokemon screen, the little arrow that shows you like, adventure with your buddy to evolve, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it'll show the walking distance and hearts, so you can fill it up for either Espeon, Umbreon, or for Sylveon. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. But we can also assume that the Kira name trick, Kira, will work. But again, not sure if that's going to trump the Buddy Heart things or what. So we'll have to, revisit that after the 25th. Now, Adam, is Sylveon, Shiny Galarian, Zigzagoon, and the Triple Catch XP enough to keep the positivity and the positive momentum going through the end of the month? Because you got to remember, it's only the 19th now, so we still have a week and a half left in the month. Are the fairies gonna do it? Like, is that enough? Like, I don't know.
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm excited for Shiny Zigzagoon. I am excited just in general for this event. Sylveon coming to the game is really cool. It's going to make a lot of Eevee fans happy.
Yeah, for sure.
But I it's probably one of those things where you probably have to have a Poffin.
Well, I think that they said the AR mapping tasks will reward Poffins, so get out and do that. But yeah, I'm sure the Poffins will help. So I don't think it's going to be like, earn 5 hearts. Like, I'm sure it'll be like 20 hearts or something that's going to require, maybe more than a day's work. Or a day's work if you use a Poffin, maybe 20 hearts, because you can earn 20 hearts with the Poffin. So,
yeah,
we will have to see. But you have any excitement at all for like fucking Vaporeon in raids? Like,
0. That's about a 0% chance. I have 2 100%, so I'm done with that.
I have no interest, absolutely no interest. And when I hear this kind of stuff, like, I understand it fits the Sylveon thing, but it makes me think, like, who's making these decisions? Is this like the Pokemon Company, like saying like, yes, push Eevee? I don't know, but I honestly, the last thing I would want to do is a fucking like Jolteon fucking raid. Like, no, don't send me those invites, please don't. No, so funny.
But that's how you get that unique raid medal.
Yeah, I got it. I'm done. I hit my uniques. So
congratulations.
Thank
it's about
you.
Time.
Yeah. Well, because for level 49 you need 35 platinums. I am at 34 platinums right now. So I'm about to hit. Gible Community Day will push me over with dragon catches. So I'm good there. So yeah, but I've been grinding the medals out for sure. All right, one more thing before we take a little break, and this is going to be coming from Pokeminers. And some of this was just kind of found in the network traffic. Some of it was actually from an APK mine, so I'll just put the blanket disclaimer out there. Anything we're about to talk about is not confirmed or endorsed by Niantic. It could change at any time. Doing an APK mine itself is, in fact, against the terms of service. However, reporting on said APK mine is not. So it is some pretty so there is some pretty cool stuff here. But like I said at the top of the show, it's been a slow news week, kind of. But there was some cool shit found within the network traffic. And the first is some kind of like regional catch challenge that's supposed to appear in the Today view. So there aren't many details here, but there is code that identifies a challenge, competition, and rewards. And we've seen the community kind of dig and get behind the global challenge arena, like the progress bar thing. So hopefully this is kind of the same thing where it'll measure the progress in real time. There was also bonuses that were found for like plus 100, plus 200 XP, plus 3 catch candy. I'm not sure if that's tied to the regional challenge, but there's something in here with some kind of challenge competition that's going to give out rewards. So either way, new ways to engage with the game, I'm all for it. Next one. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm anxious to see how this rolls out. The next thing that was found was called raid logging, which it's unclear if this will have any impact, like even visually to the user, but you'll be able to opt into the feature, and it will ultimately, the game will log the data from your raids over a 24-hour period or until you do your next raid. So if you do one raid and wait 2 days to do your next one, it'll save that one raid until you do your next. but there's text found that will, say like help improve raids by uploading your log to Niantic, that kind of thing. And how and what Niantic will do with this data is unclear, but it seems like it could be another topic where the community can be split, very similar to like AR mapping. It's like, well, what the fuck is the benefit of me sending you my raid log? Like, how does that help me? Like, it's clearly only going to help you. You're going to know my behaviors. You're going to know my data. You're going to know how many people were in the raid, what Pokemon were used. Like, is that what they're measuring? Like, I don't know what they could possibly be gathering here and what the purpose is. But
yeah, I think it has something to do with that. It also could have to do with potentially seeing if a ready up system could be implemented.
Ooh.
That's my tinfoil hat.
Ooh, okay.
I think that because like, you know what I mean? Like if they're noticing that your log is you just sitting there for 120 seconds.
Ah, okay. That's a good point. Like they're saying, all right, well, there's 10 people. Like when the raid starts, there's 10 people. How long did it take after the lobby started for those 10 people to get in? I see what you're saying. Like where all 10 people are then now sitting for 60 full seconds. That's interesting. That could be a good, all right. That could be a good metric. That could be a good little data point that they could pull from this. Good call.
So don't sleep on it.
Yeah.
Participate.
No. And again, I think this will be something where, at the end of the day or something like that, you'll be able to push your data up, and it'll even prompt you just like when you do an AR mapping, like, oh, you're about to use data. You sure you want to get on Wi-Fi? That kind of thing. But I like it. I mean, I'm always down to share information, so I'll do it regardless.
Cybernetic eyeball incoming.
Sign me the fuck up.
Downloading now.
There was also the ability to add Pokemon Go friends from your phone's contact list. I guess by sending them a text or sending them a message similar to like the referral. There was also some new onboarding text found that new trainers will see when they first start playing the game. So I guess they're going to be pushing to get new players. Anyone in your contact list that doesn't play the game, like your phone's list, like that you think you would be interested in sending like essentially an ad to like, hey, be my friend in Pokemon Go. Click here.
Here you go, Dad. Sign up.
Yeah, exactly. It takes them to the App Store, that kind of thing.
He's like, I don't even play games.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But like I said just a minute ago, Pokeminers also did just complete their in-depth APK teardown of 0.209.0, which included a few things, not too much, but there is two exciting things, two new moves being added to the game. And the first one is Fairy Wind, which is a fast fairy move, which is exciting because this could be a good change or a good different, to give some flexibility away from Charm. We're so used to Charm. But in the main series games, there's a lot of Pokemon that can learn this move. Galarian Ponyta, Galarian Rapidash, Galarian Weezing, Togetic Togekiss, the Hoppip line, Mawile, the Flabébé line. Also, Spritzee and the Swirlix lines can learn it, but Sylveon can learn it. So perhaps this is going to be a Sylveon thing. I don't know, but it does make sense that this is all happening at the same time. And then the second move that was added was Fiery Dance, which is a charged fire move that is the signature move of Volcarona. So perhaps Larvesta will be one of the next Pokemon to be released. I don't know. That would be really exciting. I know Heracross Boss would be very exciting. He loves fucking bugs.
I know we were talking about a bug event.
Of course. He's always talking about a bug event. He's like, I'll get a message like bug event, June, July, August, like when. But any of this stuff interest you, Adam? I mean, it's like the regional challenge. Do you think you think this could have anything to do with regional Pokemon, or is it just kind of like U.S. versus Europe kind of thing? I don't know.
I feel like it's that. It's not the
no regional Pokemon like.
I mean, I think the regions would be nice to see. Like I said, I believe I said it in the last podcast or the one before that, where Volbeat and Illumise switch, and then like Lunatone Solrock switch. Anything that's like region based, like Zigzagoon. Zangoose
Viper.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. I'm on the Zigzagoon.
Yeah. No.
Brainwave here.
What if like they do like a regional competition where maybe they scale it per trainer? I don't know how they could do it, but like saying like the region that has the most catches per trainer, per capita or whatever, they get a special unlock or a special bonus, or maybe they get a regional from outside of their region. I don't know. I think this is cool. Either way, I just think that this leaves a lot of speculation, and there could be cool opportunity here of new way to compete with trainers. That's why I really like that global challenge arena in the Today View. This regional challenge is coded to appear in the Today View. So
that's exciting.
That's what I mean. I dig
that.
But hopefully it's real time. Like, I just love that. I want to be able to compete against my friends and the global, mass. I just think that's really, really cool. All right, Adam, that was a lot of info. So
yes.
for not having a news week, there was definitely a lot of experiences to talk about over the last week. But I think we should take a break. We've got a couple bits of miscellaneous news. We've got a couple listener emails. And then we'll wrap up looking over this Go Snapshot article that G2G.media put out. You ready to take a little breaky break?
Oh, yeah. I gotta finish my coffee.
Cool. Your coffee? It's fucking 12:12 a.m., dude.
Tell me about it.
All right, everyone. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll run through that stuff and close out the show. We'll be back right after this. And we are back from our break. Thank you so much for that. A little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show. Just remember, this podcast is powered by Patreon. You can check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout-out to our show supporter tier patrons: Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Ken, Lynchbot, MD, Mike, M. Pitts, PokeNabBot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, The Noise, and Wood Woes Wolf. Also, a huge thanks to our gym leaders: Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp Diem, Sharkfin, Talon, Tish, and TN Comics Wiz. And we actually had 3 new patrons this week. We had Todd and Wunshin, who joined at the show supporter tier. Thank you so much for that. And Jocelyn, that joined at the Discord tier. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very exciting. I love when new people join and get to meet new people from the community in the Discord. It's fucking awesome. And a ton of love to our executive producer, Paul Bott, holding it down for years. Thank you, Paul Bott. We appreciate you so incredibly much. Thank you. But if Patreon isn't your thing, no big deal. Check out PokemonProfessor.com/merch. Buy some shit. We got some cool stuff up there. Jamal and Heracross Boss from our patron community were rocking their Mystic and Instinct shirts the other day. We got some really cool t-shirts up there. All merch line. It's called Show Your Colors. And it features Valor, Mystic, and Instinct. We got t-shirts, hoodies, fucking masks, a whole bunch of shit. Lots of stuff. So check it out. All right, a couple bits of miscellaneous news here. There was a funky Ditto Bug earlier this week.
Would we call it a bug if it's just like, it's technically a shiny Ditto?
It's just technically a shiny Ditto, but it's a bug in the game because it wasn't supposed to happen. But if you used a shiny Ditto in a raid, and there's going to be an email that kind of talks about this too, but if you use a shiny Ditto in a raid or gym battle, the shiny Ditto would transform into that Pokemon's shiny form, even if the shiny wasn't yet released in the game. So super cool.
That's freaking cool.
It's definitely cool. However, the known issues page says that it's going to be fixed in 209, in version 0.209. So that's going to go away. But no, someone had posted a picture of like a shiny Yveltal versus a regular Yveltal because they had brought in a shiny Ditto. So like, that's badass. Like, it looked awesome, but not something that should have happened. Last week, we had a team of New Jersey Go Battle League battlers represent Lured Up in the Team Rocket Academy's Friday Night Fights. They faced off against the Underground, and the video is going to be linked in the description. Make sure you check it out, as we plan on getting into a ton of more team-based competitions in the future. It was super fun. Shout out to the Lured Up team, Crucky319, PJMN32392, to Evil Pickleman, Das Boot, and Tyler Durden for playing some amazing matches. Make sure you check out that video, link in the description. Some quick announcements from Niantic. Go Battle Night has been announced for Thursday, June 3rd from 6 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. local time. No other details have been shared, but hopefully it won't feature Meryl.
What? I was so hoping for another day with Meryl.
And we do have the details for Gibble Community Day, which is on Sunday, June 6th from 11 to 5. Garchomp can learn Earth Power. That's exciting. And the $1 optional special research story, Just a Nibble. All right, so it's been a running joke for at least, I don't know, fucking months in our community that we wanted a Gibble Community Day with the story, the special research story being called A Nibble for Gibble. And I gotta say, we ended up getting just a nibble of that, and I'm very satisfied. I'm very fucking satisfied. So Adrock, that's hilarious. He had given that suggestion of nibble for Gibble, and what we got was just a nibble. So awesome shit. Oh, and the bonus will be triple catch XP, and incense will last 3 hours. So again, Niantic pushing XP. All right, Adam, we got 2 listener emails. You want to take the honors here?
Oh yeah. The first one's coming from Sarah Amanda. Hi, Lured Up. At first, I had thought I could see how Shiny Ditto in the wild could be a lot of unknown, confusing variables on how to implement. But then during your Poke the Bear segment, I was like, wait, no, it wouldn't be confusing. RNG roll number 1. Is the wild Pokemon a Ditto or not? Yes or no? The game must do this already, because if it was a wild Ditto spawn, it is a Ditto for everyone.
Right.
RNG roll number 2. Is the wild Pokemon shiny? Yes or no? If it's a shiny wild, non-Ditto Pokemon, that outcome is obvious. If it would be a shiny Ditto, it should simply appear to be a regular Pokemon. However, after catching it, when it transforms back into Ditto, it is revealed to be shiny. Why do I think this makes sense? In the main series games, Ditto transforms into whatever its opponent is fighting, or is. If it's fighting a shiny, it turns shiny. If it's fighting a non-shiny, it is non-shiny. It doesn't matter if Ditto itself is a shiny or not. I don't see why this should be any different in Go. So there's no reason to break our brains about it. Catch everything. What if it's a Ditto? What if it's a shiny Ditto? Sounds great to me. Peace, Sir Amanda.
Okay, this makes a lot of sense. We kind of talked about it last week of how you'd have these multiple RNG rolls, but I like the idea of, remember we were saying like, oh, you catch a shiny Pokemon and then it has the chance to be the shiny Ditto. Ultimately what Amanda's saying is it doesn't necessarily need to be a wild shiny Pokemon. It could be a wild regular Pokemon that happens to be transformed by a shiny Ditto. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So the shiny roll wouldn't necessarily be on the Pokemon you're catching. The shiny roll would happen after you catch that, and then it turns into the Ditto, and then it rolls to be the shiny Ditto. Because you could have a shiny Ditto being transformed into like a regular Hoppip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
like that. I don't know what they're ever gonna fucking do with shiny Ditto. I'm so intrigued. So, Sir Amanda, that's a great fucking point. I'm with you though. I'm catching everything anyways. So it's not...
Yes, we know you're catching everything.
Okay. Next one.
All right, this one's from Spooks1219. I've been meaning to email for a while, wanting to share this idea I had. I know egg hatching is a pain, especially for those who don't pay to play. Ken. Wait, no, you do pay.
Just
play.
Not incubators.
Just not incubators. So my idea is that there's a game shop, in the game shop another Infinity Incubator that you can buy, but there's some requirements to unlock it and some restrictions to it. For example, you would have to have hatched a certain amount of eggs already to unlock it. Like, I don't know, a lot. I'm sure there's a way of determining a number and also be a certain level, like level 40. Also, you would have to spend coins on the second Infinity Incubator, but once bought, it doesn't go away. Maybe like 1,000 coins or something crazy, but worth it in the long term. Maybe Niantic could release it at a specific time and only have it available during a specific event. Go fest. Maybe some I just put that in there. Maybe some restrictions would be like you can only hatch a dozen eggs in the week or something like that with it. So I'm curious what you two think and maybe bounce the idea off of the next podcast. Should have sent this around Easter time with the egg event going on, but better late than never. 'Tis all. Spooks.
All right.
That's interesting.
So we've talked about an extra infinite incubator before. I like the idea of it. However, I don't think it would be a good idea to make it a purchasable item, because then that's almost like pay to win. However,
yeah, I think level 50,
like as a
when
reward,
you reach end game, like you've played the game for so long, and you I'm sure along the way, especially with remote passes, you've put a couple dollars into the game.
Yeah.
And you deserve to be rewarded, to be honest.
So I'm with you. And think about the main series. In Sword and Shield, if you complete your decks, you get the shiny charm. You don't buy it. You're not paying for it. There's no investment of money. It's really just the investment of your effort and time. So I like the idea of a second infinite incubator. I just don't necessarily like the idea of buying it. I think the earning thing makes a lot more sense, but I do think that it should be something pretty significant. And Adam, I think you nailed it. I think that would be an absolute perfect thing for level 50. However, level 50 is a pretty fucking crazy task. It might be unobtainable for some people, but maybe that's the benefit of having the exclusivity of the second infinite incubator. I don't know. But Spooks, I like this. I just don't know how good it would go over if it was like you gotta buy it. You know?
Yeah.
I just think people would be like, "That's fucking bullshit. That's pay to win."
Or you get
know?
one that adds double the hatch. Yes,
No.
you can use it, but it's gonna double your egg.
Oh yeah, your
kilometers.
12Ks are now 24Ks. Shit.
Oh my gosh, imagine that. Honestly though, that would be pretty cool if they gave us another one that people didn't want to use, but because it adds double. But it would be people like myself that like I've been running. I went running 3 times this week, or last week, and I don't know. I'm trying to work on my kilometers for 151. I'm like halfway there now, or maybe I'm like 91. I don't know, but I'm trying to work on that. I'm also trying to exercise more, and I think that would be something cool where it's like, you know, every time I'm running, but then I look at my phone and it's just like egg hatching. It's like, I don't necessarily want to see that. It's like, I would like to put one in for, 10K and then just keep running and like make it a bigger goal. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I do like this idea. I remember back in the day, like early, like in June, July of 2016, July, August of 2016, it was like people already saying like, man, when you hit level 40, you should get an extra incubator. Like that's just been something people have been talking about since the fucking beginning. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I think level 50 is a good idea. I like it. It's kind of like the shiny charm in the main series. Okay, let's talk about Go Snapshot, and I would encourage everyone to check out our Instagram. We do feature some Go Snapshot stuff. I do want to make it much more a regular thing. Kind of fell back into the groove of it over the past week, and I want to maintain that momentum going forward. But I went on a little adventure to a nature preserve that was about an hour away from my house. It was called Caddis Island County Park. It's in Toms River, New Jersey. It had an amazing blend of like thick forests. It had coastlines of the Silver Bay, which leads out into the Atlantic Ocean. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a fucking amazing place to visit. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Great stuff. But I had a few reasons for going there, starting with like, you know, of course I wanted to take like a cool day trip with my girlfriend just to spend like some time in nature, do that whole thing, disconnect, you know, from society and just kind of go for a nice nature walk. But she is like exceptionally supportive of like Pokemon and the podcast and all that good shit. So she was just like, you know, I want you to be able to take your pictures, you know, because she always busts my chops. Because like anytime we go anywhere, she'll like see me like moving my phone around, taking pictures of imaginary shit. So she busts my balls. But she's like, look, this place is awesome. I want you to take fucking pictures. And so she was like, this will be a really great place. And she wasn't fucking lying. The scenery was fucking amazing. So I was super inspired to take some shots. I posted them up on Instagram. Check them out. Let me know what you think. But this had me thinking about it. And then I saw an article on g2g.media. Shout out to Growlithe Girl. She authored the article. And, you know, it's kind of like the article seems to be like inspired by like some of the moments that can be captured in new Pokemon Snap. And she lists a few things that would be awesome to add to Go Snapshot to bring kind of that experience a little bit more to life, similar to the way, you know, some of these new Pokemon Snap pictures, not just the color palette, but just when you see the Pokemon in such a natural setting, like it just looks so alive. It looks so real. So the first thing she mentions is more animations. And I can absolutely agree with this one, as there's like not that many different animations available when shooting a Pokemon, but you get like different animations when you shoot it out of your inventory, and then you have certain animations that are available when you shoot it from your buddy, as your buddy.
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely one of the things that when I try to do stuff, I have to put it in to be my buddy just to see what other positions or faces they'll make.
Yeah, when you do it out of your inventory, it's like, oh, okay, it can do its attack animation, you know, on cue, and then it's like I could wait and see if it does like its idle animation, but that might take fucking 10 minutes for it to do the idle animation. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. But either method, right, is limited. No matter, you know, that's the long and short of it. But she mentions like things like being able to position a Pokemon or even having like preset poses could be really fucking awesome. Now, one of the other things I want everyone to check out on our Instagram is a photo series that Adam does called Card of the Day, with the AR in card separated to show AR, meaning augmented reality, where he takes a TCG card, let's say it's Swablu, and then takes an AR photo of Swablu and edits it together to mash with the TCG card. It's a really cool fucking series. Now, Adam, how could this help you out? Like, let's say you could pose a Pokemon or position a Pokemon. I mean, this would add like an exceptional level of like creative freedom, right?
Yes. Yeah. So effectively, card of the day is like, I don't know. It's just, I wanted to bring the TCG and taking photos of Pokemon, mesh them together. And that's exactly what this series is. And being able to pose them, because some of the cards have Pokemon in like at a like a different angle. Like they'll be looking sideways, or they'll be like, you'll be looking down on them or looking up. And it's like, to have that ability to position them pretty quickly and just get that shot real quick, that's like the struggle, you know, is the time it takes to, you know, sit there and wait, see if the animation works. And it's like, having the ability to just kind of like go through different poses would be absolutely fantastic, and it would make the process so much easier.
Yeah.
And it would definitely inspire me to do more.
Yeah, well, I agree there. And it's like, you know, my son plays Jurassic World Alive, which is a location-based game. We've talked about it before in the show. And that AR photo mode is super robust. And it uses true AR, true anchored GPS AR, but it allows you to resize the thing and then also put it in different like positions. It's really cool. And I know that from an intellectual property thing, that might be iffy with Pokemon with resizing. They don't want you to make a fucking, you know, super tiny Pikachu or a super large Pikachu. They want it to maintain its scale. So I get that part of it. But poses, man, even if they are preset like that, I just think that would be really cool. It would add to a dynamic element to Go Snapshot. I would love that. The next thing Growlithe Girl mentions is selfie mode. I think we've probably talked about this since the first time we had JC Picks, on the show back in the day of wanting a selfie mode. And she even says in the article, you can take like a picture of yourself with the Pokemon, but you have to take it with your back-facing camera. It's not front-facing. It's not a true selfie. So this makes things super tricky in AR when it comes to like occlusion, because if the Pokemon is in front, even if you're trying to take a picture of the Pokemon standing behind you, if your body is in front of it, the Pokemon will come to the foreground of the photo, even if it's standing behind you. So it fucks with depth of field. It's just a real a real pain in the butt. No shit. JC Picks, Pop Punk Pokemon, literally just fucking sent me a tweet right now. I just mentioned his name and I got a fucking alert from him on my phone, 12:32 a.m. That's so fucking funny. Anyway, but selfie mode would be phenomenal. And, think about combining like selfie mode with poses. So like, let's say there's like a smile pose, or even where it's just like any Pokemon just like really looking straight at the camera going like cheese, like that kind of thing. That would be fucking hilarious for selfies. I think that could be super cool. And
I could see Krogunk. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's got a
give me like a
smile.
Quagsire, dude. Like, like just derpy Pokemon. Like I just think that would be so cool. And being able to position them in the selfie mode and, get the occlusion right. Like, I just think that would be so fucking cool. And it made me think, like, I wonder if all this AR stuff, all this tech is completely software based, or is it tied to the hardware as well? Because obviously we know that the front-facing camera on any phone is not going to be nearly as strong as the rear-facing camera. So maybe the rear-facing camera is required from a hardware perspective. That's what's holding back selfie mode. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. But I know I would love fucking selfie mode like crazy. I just think that would be really cool.
Well, like, yeah, you just get so many like photos. Honestly, that would just drive Pokemon Go that much further. Well, just so many selfies on, everybody would change their profile picture to themselves with a Pokemon.
Exactly.
I know I'd have Delibird.
I know you would.
And you'd have Geodude.
The next feature mentioned in the article is multiple Pokemon in a single shot. And we can currently have 3 Pokemon in a single shot using the buddy system, the multi-shot thing. But it requires 3 trainers, 3 devices. Now, allowing a single device to place multiple Pokemon would create, like, I don't know, in my opinion, the potential to, like, tell a little bit more of a story with the photos, like a battle scene or, like, some random interaction or something like that, or even, like, a family photo, like, of, the 3 evolutions. You know what I mean? Like, that would be really fucking cool.
That would be wicked cool.
Believe me, yes, I love.
Can we have that? And then you could do like, then you could do like unknowns.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what I mean. Like it opens the door to creativity, and the AR, the shared AR experience thing, like that's awesome and it's a lot of fun. But it's a fucking drag to coordinate.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Let's just be honest. It's a nightmare. I tried it with one other device. I tried it with my girlfriend, okay? And it is not fun.
It's real pain in the ass. It's a nightmare. It's a real pain in the ass. So yeah, that would make life
it's
awesome.
A real dream eater.
But finally, the be all end all thing that she mentions in the article is an edit function. And I typically limit, like when I do my editing for the photos that I take, I do that editing just within Instagram. So I'm not like exporting to different apps. I'm just literally adjusting brightness, exposure, contrast, shadows, like that kind of shit. I'll put a little vignette on it, like no like heavy editing. So it would be awesome to be able to do this in app, especially when you kind of look at like the filters and the stickers and the frames that are available in new Pokemon Snap. So it's not like they're saying, well, we don't want you to put a fucking mustache sticker on your Pikachu because that defaces the IP. Well, it's like you could do that shit in new Pokemon Snap. So they're already on board with that from a creative perspective. I would love that in Go. Like being able to adjust like the white balance or adjust the brightness. Like I think Hex Manifesto put up a picture today and he was like, I love shiny Galarian, Ponyta, and Rapidash, but because they're so bright, it's almost impossible to make them kind of normalize and blend into the setting, because even if they're in a bright setting, they just look like a sticker because they're so vibrant. Like you can't tone that down. Like you would have to do that through editing to help blend the Pokemon with the background. So I completely get that, but what do you think of this stuff, Adam? Selfie mode, multiple Pokemon, and being able to edit within app. What would be like your most wanted feature?
I think having simple swipe or over edit features would be nice. Like
filters.
Make the picture, like make the picture black and white, sepia, like whatever. You know what I mean? Stuff like that would be cool. Yeah, and then you have like one that's like a brighter tone, more cartoony, like similar to Instagram. I think that's what the app is missing, as far as editing goes, And then if it does come straight through the app, then like Pokemon now gets a little bit more editing functions that are acceptable because they were edited through the app.
Yeah. It's like it's still official.
Yeah, and maybe have like a little stamp if you use one of those filters. And maybe like borders too would be really cool.
Well, that's what they do in new Pokemon Snap. You have these frames.
Like a Polaroid, like that would look cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But selfie mode, 110%. We need that.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Whatever they need to do to make that happen, put all your resources into it.
Fuck GBL. Give me selfie mode.
Give us selfie mode. We don't need GBL.
But I guess it's the goodest time as ever to like talk about when you do your card of the day photos. Like you're actually exporting your Go Snapshot photos into different apps, right? Like what are you using?
Yeah, so I'm currently using, sometimes when my pictures don't come out as bright as I'd like them, like the TCG, I put them in Snapseed first and just kind of like brighten it up. Then I go into Photoshop Mix, I drop the image of the Pokemon, and then I cut out around it, and then I take that picture and I put it in Photoleap, and then that is what I use. I put the card in first, and then I add the layer of the Pokemon that's the AR shot, and then I put that in the TCG card itself, and then I try to give it some depth by, taking off its legs and putting
making it burst out of the card.
Yeah, exactly, like a GX card or an EX or V, without it actually being one. Then if it is, I try to like edit that too. Like I'll keep the GX attack so you can see it.
But with that whole process, you could be using, the Pokemon Go app plus 3 photo editing apps, right?
Yep.
Yeah. See that's a lot. That's a pretty in-depth process. So, being able to do some of that stuff in app would be really fucking cool. I don't know. I just love some of the shit. Like we started a new Pokemon Snap channel in our Discord, and seeing some of the photos that are in there, it's like, holy shit. This is like alive. Like the Pokemon just look alive. It's so amazing. So I would love to see some of that stuff come to Go. But I don't know, Adam. That's a show, man.
That is a show. It was a good show.
It was a really good show.
It was a great show.
I thoroughly enjoyed the show. It was good. I did. But thank you so much for everyone for checking us out. We really do appreciate it. You can email us, info@luredup.com. Please check out luredup.com for everything we have going on with the show. PokemonProfessor.com for everything we have going on at the network. You can leave us a text or voicemail, 732-835-8639. I think that's it. Adam, is that it?
I think that's it. Go defeat some Team Rockets, battle people, and then also don't forget to TM away frustration.
Yes, Adam, don't forget to TM. Awesome.
I need to take my own advice, right?
Yes. Keep training, trainers. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.